hardcore bat wings going on right now.
You have bat wings?
Have you never heard that phrase?
What are bat wings?
Bat wings is a phrase that I was introduced to from my buddy Steve.
Oh,
it's
yeah?
when your nuts get really sweaty, so they stick to the inside of your legs.
Oh, God.
And then, like, your legs pull apart, and it looks like bat wings.
Yeah, that's the start of the episode.
Welcome back, I guess.
Wow.
Yeah.
You taught me anatomy today, Matt.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I didn't say it was a bad thing. Did you ever take anatomy?
No, I never had to.
Oh, that was the one we had a choice for in high school. It was like you had a choice between anatomy or biology, and like there was this weird stereotype that only like the like sex obsessed kids took anatomy because they just wanted to learn about like balls.
Oh,
and like I get the reasoning there, but like,
did you want to learn about balls?
I mean, I didn't not balls. I knew about my balls. I totally understood that concept. It was the other stuff that I wanted to learn about.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I didn't take anatomy because I was afraid of being stereotyped as the person who just wanted to learn about sex.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes okay.
Yeah.
I totally understand that.
High school is so fucking backwards.
Yeah, dude.
Really dumb.
High school is the worst.
Yeah.
I hated high school.
Yeah, you really did not like your high school.
Oh no, I talk shit as someone who, like, I'm 23, I'm almost 24. I am done with college. I'm done with school for really the foreseeable future because I'm not ever really planning on going to grad school.
Yeah.
I want to, like, look at me trying to tell bad jokes on the internet to video games for a living. Like, and I work in radio. I shouldn't have even gone to college in the first place. Beside the point. So, like, I, as someone who is almost 24 and is completely removed from school, I still talk shit on or about my high school, I think, way more regularly than I probably should, because it was such a negative aspect of my life.
Yeah.
Did
you... I can't remember. Did you get kicked out? Or how did that...
honestly, like, I phrase it like I got kicked out. I always say I got kicked out of high school. Kicked out is a really strong word. I got suspended. It was a 10-day out-of-school suspension.
That's nothing.
But because of, like, assorted breaks and long weekends, it turned into 20 days that I was, like, to and from school.
Oh, okay.
So, like, I left, God, I don't even remember. It was about this time, probably like May, because my high school went till like June.
Oh, okay.
So it was like early May.
Oh, fuck.
Oh boy.
Oh, fuck.
The house is on fire.
Oh, God.
Now. Were you supposed to do that?
I think so.
Can you die in here? Okay. Wow. But anyway, so like early in May or late in April, I got kicked out, quote unquote. I got suspended for 10 days. But it took 20 days for those 10 school days to pass. So I was out of school for
20 real world days for 10 school days.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I was out of school for almost 3 weeks.
Wow.
Which was a lot. It was my senior year.
It's like a mini vacation.
Yeah. Except it really didn't feel that way.
Yeah.
But it was like it was I lost my train of thought for like what number I was going to, but it was almost 3 weeks. I left, it was my senior year, second semester, right before my senior year band concert. And like I had put a lot of, like, most of my high school life involved band in some way.
Oh yeah.
You know, so like it was a really big deal that I was gonna miss out on that or whatever, and like I had never had any disciplinary action or anything ever. So it was just a really like harsh, out of nowhere, like yeah, you're gone, dude, sort of thing.
It was just sudden?
Well,
there wasn't any kind of warning?
I mean, like, it came from another thing that happened. Like, I got suspended originally for drinking on the way home from a lacrosse game.
Oh, right.
Although I guess I'll just tell the story for the sake of it. I, like, didn't realize that I was drinking, and as soon as I...
Oh, that's right. That's why you were so, like, pissed about the whole thing, because it was kind of like...
Yeah.
You felt kind of set up.
And as soon as I, like, told the truth, they, like, busted me for it. So basically, like...
See, that's bullshit. I hate that.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I hold against my high school is I got in a shit ton of trouble for telling the truth.
Yeah.
When if I would have lied, I would have gotten off scotch-free,
Like,
and that's just shitty.
Like, if a fucking kid got caught doing something that, like... Yeah, they probably know is bad, even if, like, in your case, they didn't know they were doing it. Like, if they come clean about it, like, that's a mature thing to do, and I feel like that's something school should teach, is just how to be a mature adult, because there's not enough of those out there.
So, like...
Great.
I was on... It's so weird to talk about this, because this was, like, at this point, like, closer to 10... Well, I guess, like, it's 6 years ago now, so this is a long time ago. I've really...
Oh, wow, yeah.
I've moved on from this point. I was caught up on this for a long time. That's... Yeah, I don't know... I'm going to go on a brief sidebar, but I'll come back to this.
Okay.
I don't know how many of my friends... other than, like, my one really good buddy, watches my channel from home. But, like, if any of them do, I hope that it at least comes across that I am not the person who I was in high school.
Yeah.
Because, like, I look back at my high school self, and I am just unbelievably fucking different.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
How so?
Just, like... I don't know. There's so much about... It's like everything. There's so little of me now that I consider to be similar to the way I acted, the way I felt, the way I thought, the way I talked, the way I interacted with people, any of that in high school. You know, like...
Everything.
I'm not proud of who I was in high school. I never liked who I was in high school. I look back and think back to all of the stories and things from high school, and I feel bad for the way that I, like, acted around people. Like, I was kind of a shitty person, honestly, and I'm, like, not proud of it. But, like, through college, through the fraternity that we were both in, through all of my, like, work and professional life and, like, everything that I've done since then, I feel like I've completely 180'd. Things are so much better in general. Like, I'm just happier about my life and who I am.
Yeah.
And so I feel like there's so many people. Like, I had so many friends in high school, and I've lost touch with, like, basically all of them. And I'm not saying that I want to, like, still have all my friends from high school. I know that just doesn't happen. Like, that's fine, whatever. But, like, there are a ton of people that I knew back then that I feel like we never got along, or they left with a really bad taste of me in their mouth or something like that.
Yeah, I feel that as well, because I was way more judgmental in high school.
Yeah,
like I was
same, dude.
Like I was
same.
There's so many people. You are somebody who I would not have associated with in high school, because I probably would have seen you and been like, oh, he's probably like, he's got long hair, he has a beard, he's probably some kind of like douchebag, some kind of jock or whatever, and like I immediately would have written you off. And that's like not who I am now. And I kind of wish I could go. You've heard me tell these stories. There's so many times I wish I could go back and like kind of smack my younger self in the face and just be like, fucking grow up. Like,
yeah.
Look at this opportunity you have and you're ignoring it. Or anything.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. Like, they're just... And even, like, people who I really lost touch with or, like, ended on bad terms with...
Yeah.
Can you jump up there?
I can barely jump.
Can you use Midna to get up there?
No, only when, like, the screen blinks that...
Oh.
User. Is there anything around here? Is it just...
Anyway, like...
Oh.
There are people who I, like, left off on bad terms with and stuff.
Yeah.
Who, like, I wish that I could, like, interact with them now and be like, you were a cool person back in the day.
Yeah.
I would like to talk to you or hang out with you again.
Exactly.
Please know that I am way different than I used to be.
Yeah.
Like, I would like to meet you again for the first time, I guess.
Can we start over, please?
Yeah, exactly. But, like, I don't know how to approach people like that.
Yeah.
And I'm still friends with, like, God, a fucking metric shit ton of people, even after I, like, unfriended a bunch of people not so long ago. Like, I'm still friends with so many people.
Yeah.
And there's so many people on my friends list who I'm like, man, you post cool things. I'd love to talk to you, but, like, I don't know how to reconnect with you. Like, I can't...
Right?
I can't come back from that. Like, didn't you crawl in here through a hole? Is there a hole you can crawl out of?
I did. I think it's
not down there, is it?
It might be.
Yeah, there it is.
That one, but like, maybe it's.
Are you looking for more tears?
Yeah, I feel like maybe I got them all in there. I don't know. Oh shit! There's like other. Oh, there's like some in the graveyard. I think.
Yeah. Okay, so to bring it back. Anyway, I was on the ride home from a lacrosse game, and I had so preface, it was my senior year. I started playing lacrosse my junior year. Had a really good season in JV, but you can't play JV as a senior, and I'd only been playing lacrosse for a season. So I was definitely not good enough to move on to the varsity team.
Yeah.
Because we were a good lacrosse team. Like, my school had a good lacrosse program.
Yeah.
Guys and girls. So I was not good enough to move up to the varsity team. Like,
Noob.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I played for a season. I literally learned in my buddy's front yard, went to a couple of conditionings, and then played for a season.
Yep.
And by the end of the season, I was like a starting player, but like that was on the JV level. And it helped because I was a junior and I was fucking huge.
Yeah.
So like, get at me, freshman, I'll rock you. Like, so yeah, anyway, I moved up to a senior, and they like basically, to make the roster number the right size, they only would have had to cut 2 people. And so I was really afraid that I was going to be one of the 2 to get cut, like, at the end of tryouts. And then they announced that they weren't going to cut anybody, which was a super cool thing of them to do, is basically them saying, like, hey, you can play for the season.
Okay.
So very first game of my senior year, I got into lacrosse my junior year, and it was like, I mean, I was always a hockey player, which was more of a fall sport than a spring sport.
Wouldn't hockey be a winter sport?
Yeah, fall and winter.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I mean, I played inline, so season didn't
I guess
matter.
hockey
I played
could
all year
technically
long.
be in any time of the year.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
playoffs are
inside.
still going on right now. So playoffs aren't going to end until June
Holy shit.
for the NHL, but that always happens.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's like one of the longest seasons time-wise. Baseball has more games, but hockey like lasts longer.
Nice.
So
It's one of these.
it was the first game of my senior year, and I was the only player that didn't get any playing time the whole game at all. So I was majorly bummed. And I like, on the way home from the game, I just like had my headphones on, my sunglasses on, like I'll let you.
I mean, you can talk.
Okay, I don't know if you. I didn't know if.
No,
you
that's
need
not
me.
important.
Oh, okay.
Nah.
So, I had my headphones on. I had my sunglasses on. I was just in a bummed out mood. You know, I like drove the whole way there. I didn't fucking play. It sucked.
It's a studio.
And so I was just like hanging out, and this kid behind me is like passing around this big can of like what looked like Arizona iced tea.
Oh, okay.
And I had run out of Gatorade and run out of water, and I was super thirsty. So I like saw him, and I was like, "Hey man, can I get a little?"
Yeah.
And I took it, and I drank a little bit of it, and it was like weird. It's carbonated. I didn't really know what it was. And I like asked him.
Oh, is it like a Four Loko?
Well, I asked my buddy. I was like, "Hey man, like, what is this?"
Yeah.
Like, he was like, "Oh, it's called Blast. It's like a Four Loko." I was like,
Oh.
I was a senior in high school.
Yeah. So
And
you like,
I-
knew what it was.
And I hung out. Well, I knew what Four Loko was, but honestly, like I hung out with a pretty clean cut group of kids. Is my like
Yeah.
core group. Like we we didn't really get too adventurous or crazy or anything.
Straight edge.
Yeah, we weren't totally straight edge, but so I was like, oh well, maybe it just means it like tastes like a Four Loko. Like there's not drinking on the school bus.
Yeah.
Like after a lacrosse game.
Whoa.
So I take another little drink of it, and I pull my phone out to look at the can and like use the light on my phone and see it says like 12% alcohol. It's like, oh fuck.
No.
So I handed it right back to him, and that was all I had the rest of the night.
Yeah.
Well, a bunch of us got turned in for drinking.
Who turned you guys in?
Another kid on the bus.
Oh,
TLDR, the kid who was passing around the alcohol, only got to play on the varsity team because another kid got a concussion in preseason and couldn't play all season.
That's rough.
But he was still part of the team, so he still traveled with us.
Back.
And just didn't dress.
Oh, okay.
And so he hated the kid who took his spot and was just trying to like fuck him over.
I see.
So a bunch of us got turned into drinking. He narked on all of us. And I went to the principal's office and told him exactly that. Mm-hmm. Was like, yeah, like I didn't know what it was. I had 2 drinks of it. Mm-hmm. And as soon as I realized what it was, I got rid of it.
Yeah.
And that was it. And they kicked me out for 10 days, which then turned into 20 days because of the breaks and stuff. I literally had to get special permission to play in my senior year band concert. Because like I don't remember what the exact day was, but let's say the end of my suspension was the 21st, and the band concert was on the 21st. So I came back to school on the 22nd, but in Butler, when you get suspended, you have like a basically restraining order against you in the school. You can't come within like 500 feet of the school grounds.
Oh, okay.
Don't know why. So like I had to get special permission to come in the night that my suspension ended to play in my senior year band concert. It was like the very first thing I came back to. They scratched my name from the eligibility for like all of these high school scholarships that I had. Because you had to have a clean record to apply. Yeah, I had straight up had teachers like berate me when I came back. Like I literally, one of my favorite teacher from most all of high school.
Yeah.
She was my English teacher. She was great. And she like wrote me this amazing letter of recommendation to go to college. And the day that I got let back into school, she like pulled me into her classroom and in front of her whole class was like, do you realize what you've done to my reputation? Like, I have half a mind to call that college and, like, rescind my letter of recommendation for this.
Are you shitting me?
No, dude, I'm 100% serious. It
Fuck
fucking
that.
sucked.
No, you don't fucking do... Oh, my God.
So, like, it just fucking blew. Yeah.
That pisses me off because maybe this is just, like, a personal situation of mine. My controller is, like... Oh, it's because the meteors. Never mind. I was like, why is it vibrating so much? Maybe this is just like a once, I don't know. I had a really cool teacher that really stood up for me, and so I don't know how much time do we have in this episode?
We're at 18 minutes. Do you want to like jump back in?
We'll jump back into it on the next time links.
Yeah, on links the next time.
On the links the buy next.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, at the beginning I told a story about my buddy from work. I want you to go back and change his name to Steve.
Okay.
Because
cool.
Yeah, just to leave it ambiguous as to what job and what person.
Yes.
So yeah. Okay, next time links on the buy.